can stop me. Hold your own down, but don't think you can top me. Life's a bitch, but you playing with death. And I've been cooking up bells, and I can smell it on your breath.
You can record and edit your own music and everything. Like, I think you can. Everybody has their own tag. Like, it's unique to it, and you can search up anybody you can follow. That from the glimpse that I took from when I had time, I'm always doing something. But she make it seem like it's just so damn easy. And I went on there and I tried to record mine. And I'm like, okay, now she got her own way. She told me how to record the thing, get the beat on the thing, and I'm like, okay, I did that. I'm still stuck on how I'm supposed to get my voice on this thing. So I don't know if I just really didn't take the time to look for real, and if I'm just, you know.
Maybe I gotta just take it as a sign, because you know how people be like, you'll get like a rhythm in your head or whatever it is, but you in your car or you're not in the studio space.
Yeah.
Man, pull up BandLab, you know what I'm saying? And pocket that shit.
Yeah.
Working with artists, being surrounded by talent, it's just like a fucking spark of inspiration coming back. Cause like last week, Della Lee.
Baby, I've been doing this solo thing for a minute. I'm too independent, and in the same breath, I be sinning, but I'd rather be winning. So every day I wake up trying to make something good in this life I'm living. Yet jealous bitches still stuck in their own minds, still carry thinking I'm finished. Jokes on them, cause when my tempo hits the ground, God tells me it's only beginning. That being said, Boosie drove the boat for a while, so mind your feelings. Following where how to go, but I let it go for abandoned heathens. See, my darker side always makes time to get motherfuckers in line, but out of line I go, so I pick back, roll up, and try to go with the flow, you know.
The artist I was telling you about, she was in here, and we had a conversation similar to what we having now, just talking about like music, the scene, just like other artists that we admire, and it's like, see, this is what I need for me to stay in writer and music mode, cause like, no, I'll be in content mode. See, I'd rather do an interview than, you know what I mean? I'm a content person.
For real. I started just stopping in the car. I'll be in the car, and I'll listen to something on the way to where I'm going, and just get lost in writing. Now I'm sitting in the car, got to where I needed to go, and I'm doing a song.
For sure.
Like, I learned to find time for what I love to do.
I ain't gonna say I don't love it. I don't take the time. I ain't gonna say I don't find the time. I don't take advantage of the times that I have it. I'd rather sit and scroll before I let the beat play on repeat and just come up with shit. You know what I mean? I don't do that. I used to do it, but now it's just like my dilemma with music is I gotta find ways to compensate my lifestyle off of music. So it's like, if I'm going to do music, I want to do the song with intentions of using that record for something that's getting me paid, right? So like, if I got a client where we're doing like this video content for them, at least this record can be behind that video.
And I think that's why it's so important to be around like-minded people, because it's like, it's easier just to find somebody else because they're surrounding themselves with those same type of people.
That's right.
And then we're being influences to that same very thing and just keeping it going. And it's better in the community by being able to create a safe space so we can come to a neutral of how we need to be feeling about each other in our own community. Uplift and start some more support, because it's just like, sometimes people only support who they want to.
Yeah.
And not the real shit. It's like, they want to go with who they know, which is understandable, but at the same time, it's like,
that need to be broken too.
Yeah.
Like, be honest. You know what I'm saying? If you know she got it, you know he got it, say it. Fuck with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, give him some opportunities to be able to flourish in your own space. It's only gonna make you look bigger, better, and you know what I mean, more nutritious, because you being fruitful. You know what I'm saying?
Depending on the type of song I'm writing, or like how I'm feeling about what I'm trying to write, it can happen faster or it can happen, all right, I'm gonna pause on it, I'm gonna come back, and then I don't go back for a little bit, and then it come all together. Because sometimes I'll block myself while I'm writing by like thinking too hard. I like it to come effortless. It may not feel like an effortless process because I might come back to it a couple times, but in that moment I want it to be able to flow how I would anything else. I don't want to have to think on it too hard.
For sure. Throughout the lifespan, from today on, whenever, per hour, how much is Savannah paying TheGoddess Nacole?
I like this question because it makes you really think like, are you putting value on yourself, into your art, into your work? Like,
all right, so you ain't slick. You had plenty of time too.
And the crazy thing about it, so it's like, what type of employee are you? When you go to work, are you focused? Are you diligent? Are you on one track? Are you going the way?
Come on.
But are you the employee that gets to work and don't do nothing? You sit on your phone. You really shouldn't be getting checked. You shouldn't be getting nothing out of it.
Come on.
Which one are you? And I'm the star employee. You feel me? I'm employee of the month. When it
You
comes
ain't
to
saying
my
that because you right here, right?
No, I'm saying that because I genuinely put a lot into what I write. I do it with passion. I'm persistent. I clock in for myself. I literally have this thing where I wake up and I say to myself, you have to show up. I wonder if I have the paper in here. I love you probably don't, but you have to show up for yourself every day. If I didn't show up for myself, I didn't have a day. Because aside from the natural things of taking care of yourself, I think of myself as like an outlet or a charger in some way. And I could have 4 different devices, and each device is a different goal or a dream. And I'm the charger.
Okay.
If I plug my phone into device number 1, my music, I got a business. I'm a Reiki master. I do energy healing. So that's another device. I'm a mother. That takes a lot of energy. If I'm putting myself into one device, but I'm neglecting another one for however long, these devices are never going to charge. They're never going to get to their full potential. So I pay attention to things that are outside of my goals and dreams. And if it's not in that area, you're not getting this charge right now. I got something else to plug into. And that's how I plug into my music. Every time.
Okay. Now, what would you build at? Because that's a lot of going into it, though. So, like, per hour, what is that worth? You don't have to know. Like, you can guesstimate it. Probably can ponder on this shit for the rest of the week. You know what I'm saying?
And say, now, if I said a real large number, I just wonder the day that somebody would be like, I'm finna send you a check for this much because I need that much of your time.
You know what I'm saying?
You know?
So don't play yourself.
Can't never play yourself. Learned that the hard way for sure.
This is gonna help us get to that base pay, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So the base is just 5. Like, based on like who this artist is, the type of audience that they garner, the type of I guess aura that they gonna carry, or whatever shit that they might bring videographers, photographers. They might require a lot of shit based off of who they are. So that can change, you know what I mean, in compensation. But the base, we starting at 5. So we're not saying everybody gonna be at their best level worth only 5. Some of you might be worth 5 racks, 10 racks, 20, who knows? But at the base, come on, per hour, right in your look, you sitting down, what would you charge yourself?
I literally, the number that just sits 8.
800 per hour? You said what?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to make sure I'm writing it down right. All right, so now, studio time, what is like that range around per hour?
Like how long?
Just period, per hour. Like, what is like you normally be, like, people charge you, you know what I mean? When you go and record your song that you took all this time to write, now you got to go and record it, what do people charge per hour? Like, because I'm recording down the hallway, right? And it's charging me anywhere between $40, $50, $60 an hour, right? So we'll just say at the top one, we'll say $60 an hour. $60 an hour. And we don't even know how long we're going to be in there. We just ballparking that one. So then you got to upload this song that you just recorded to these platforms, whether they be CD Baby, I'm with TuneCore, some people with DistroKid. So it's a lot of these platforms where you can go through. I'm with TuneCore, and I know they charge. I just signed up for the subscription for the whole year, where it's only $50 for the whole year. You can upload 10 albums, but you're only gonna pay $50. That's not like that everywhere you go, but we'll just say that, right? $50. So then a video shoot. You ever shot a video?
No, not yet.
Not yet. I'm gonna tell you, at the base, we'll just start there. It's gonna be $600 at the lowest, right? And then it's promo for photo shoots. You want to maybe do a cover art. You want to do something around like this single that you want to release. So you want to shoot a fucking photo shoot. So if it's a full session for less work right now, I think our number is like 300.
I was gonna say it's gonna be like 3 or 4.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? So fuck all this math shit. This is the office. We got calculators. Right? So let's just add this shit up, right? 3. So we're looking at about $2,000 just on initial. $2,000. We're gonna round up. It's $1,860. We'll say $2,000, right? And then you coming to perform. This one song. This still just one song. I mean, this ain't no. It's 1 hour. So imagine if we said we're gonna book the studio for 5 hours. That's normally what people want to be in the studio for. The platform, the video shoot. This $600 is probably the basic. What if you want to do days? What if you want to do scene changes where you got to pack up everything and then unload everything again and do this other scene? And then your promo photo shoot, if it's indoors, outdoors. It depends if you're doing like scene changes there, wardrobe changes, all type of shit. So that number can change. So we'll just ballpark it at $2,000. This is why I say the base pay for artists need to be $500. You know what I'm saying? To make it respectable for one, that all this shit you didn't put into this shit. So there's no way you're gonna be able to pay an artist $50 for their show. That's very disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? But that's what Madison do. Madison paying us. It's probably why I don't really give a fuck about performing in Madison too. Because it's like, I know what goes into this music, man. The most expensive thing on your list is your time. It's not nothing else after that that's over $600. That's on this list right now. So it's like, you gotta respect the artist, man. You know what I mean? You gotta respect the time that this shit take, because if I'm paying myself $800 an hour, there's nothing on this list that's gonna trump that shit. 2 hours, you already beat the list. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like this should be like something that's like damn near mandatory that artists do for themselves, because that's like an eye-opener in multiple ways. One, the value that you're putting on yourself and how much value you think you have in your work.
Oh yeah.
And then it's making you have a self-reflection moment of, am I getting paid that? Like, should I be getting paid that, you know? Like, am I doing what I need to be doing to be receiving that?
You gotta come to our monthly music meetings. Yeah, because we don't perform there. This is all we do. The last one was about event planning. And we had this lady named Carrie back.
Like, that is what I feel like this is what this space is all about. Yeah. It's about finding your purpose, finding that passion that you love, honing in on it, and figuring out how can it go from just like a hobby or a passion? How can I bring that into the workspace? How can I not, how can I be this full time? Because a lot of people believe, and at some point we all kind of believe that it's a turn on and off switch. It's like, oh, I do this outside of work, but when I go to work, I'm this person. And I don't think we should be doing that.
Part of my mission is letting students know that from a really young age. Just like what you're doing. Like, you don't have to change yourself. You don't have to fit into this.
Nothing's wrong with you.
You don't have to do, this profession or this profession or decide, you don't have to decide as a fifth grader. I didn't decide. I just knew what I wanted to do.
Exactly.
But I think, the sooner we can get that message to people, the better we're going to be. And just like you're saying, let people be themselves, and the students are so lucky to have somebody like you who's advocating for that.
I wanted her to come and speak to, the rap community in a way where it's like, this is the part that we overlook. We kind of like be smelling our own shit too much, where it's like, oh, I'm a dope artist, I got good work, people fuck with me, I don't really gotta do too much of nothing. I'm just gonna say I'm having this event and I ain't gonna gas it at all. It's like, all right, well, good luck with that. And then when you show up, it's like, damn, it's kind of tanked. You know what I'm saying? Like, where the fuck is my supporters? And I ain't saying that like we don't deal with it, but it's like, you gotta address it. You know what I mean? You can't just be like, okay, it's gonna get better. It's like, well, no, what's the problem? You know what I mean? Uncover the issue. I got something. Matter of fact, this is what she gave me. You can have this one. Cause I got it in my email. But for sure. Just like, look at that a little bit.
the stuff I like. Organization.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, literally, like, this is probably exactly how I would have did this. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, creating stuff like this, like, when stuff is structured, having everything down to, like, bullet points like that, like, I do my daily goals and stuff like that. The things, like, I want to accomplish throughout the week.
Word.
Because, like, it's so much easier to stay organized when everything is not in your head. And you put everything down. I got like 2 or 3 different whiteboards in my house that pertain to, like,
I write on everything.
you know, like, note it down, because it's like, I'm gonna think about it, and then the thought might be gone in a little bit.
Come and go.
And like, that's what. Okay, so I was listening to this podcast, and I can't recall the exact name right now, but they were talking about, it's a Black girl podcast, and they were talking about timing your dreams. And they referenced the stove. You got your pots of food on the stove, you put them on, you said, I'm gonna let it simmer. Now, one stove, you checking back on it, looking at the, okay, I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. This stove, you completely forgot to go back to that eye and check on it again. And now you just started a fire. Now this is up in flames. This one, you took care of it. You went back repeatedly. You said, okay, it's not done yet. I can turn it down, or I can turn it up. You can do what you need to with it, but you're not forgetting about it. And I had to do that with myself every single day. Was not forget even about the little things.
Interesting.
Because it starts one step, like one small step at a time.
When you write it down, you're gonna force yourself to, first of all, expose the weaknesses, because it gotta make sense to you.
I know my boyfriend about sick of me. He, in the best way. Like, I know he's not sick of me, but I know he's sick of me. Because I'm the person, like, we have this journal, like, we both have our separate journals to write stuff down. But I'm always the person writing his stuff down. He's like, you got better get ready to do it. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. But I make everything down to a T. Like, you have this goal. What is it going to take for you to get there? What little things are you going to have to do in between? So now we got the bullet points going. And that's just one. Now we're going to number 2. And it keeps going. And it's just like, it started with the whiteboard. Had a blank whiteboard in his room. I'm like, what you going to do with this?
Yeah.
He was like all over the place with organization. So I was like, okay. He came back one day. Board was filled. He said, yeah, we're going to get it together.
Yeah, that's love. So it's like, you got to damn near.
It takes a little bit more.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit more nurturing. Because, like, that vulnerable, like the point where you have to be vulnerable enough to do that, that's a fact. Like,
you definitely
I grew up loving to write music and write poetry and do these things, but at certain times the spotlight was in different places, so I wasn't like somebody was really trying to listen to me, you know. It was just everybody else around. So I got really used to just closing myself off and keeping it to myself, because anytime I did have something to say, it was always a but or somebody's input. It was just like, okay, you gotta dim my light to try to get your idea across. You don't have to do that. You don't have to put shit on my parade because you want to do it a specific way. Like, this is me.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You get educated in jail. Oh my God, niggas that come home be smart as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? We be smart as a motherfucker.
Say, you done came out snappy, motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, what they got in there? What university you in?
I think that's something that I've grown to do, is like actually network with people and like hear other people's voice and what they do and how they do it, because again, like, you can learn from anybody.
No.
And like, it doesn't even have to be in the same category as music, but like your dedication to something or how you go about making your next moving connection. I can learn from being around you where you place yourself where I need to be.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you just gotta be open.
Yeah. Nah, for real. And know what you want out of shit too.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't go into nothing with just like, well, I'm just going to see how it is. It's like, no, what the fuck do you want out of this? What's your end result? How can I fail you? Even with this show, it was already a show in place. So I'm just like, look, I would love to have you on the bill. This is dope. But my end goal is to put y'all all on the project. So it's like, this allows me to learn the artist and what type of energy are we bringing to this project.
And I completely agree with like what you subject your ears to is what you become and what you. I'm not listening to music in the morning. If I listen to music, it's gonna be my affirmation music. Like, I have a playlist called I'm Thriving, and found it on TikTok a long time ago. But it's just all uplifting, positive music, like just encouraging. Like, and I'd be in the car looking like I'm rapping one of the coldest songs in the world, and I'd be in there affirming my life. Like, and it's still cold as hell, but like, it's different. And not everybody can get jiggy to it, but I can, because I can get jiggy with who I want to be and where I want to go. And I just love it.
Do people tell you like a vibe?
This girl, she told me, she said, and she was walking out, she said, oh, by the way, I just love your hair, I just love your outfit, your whole vibe is just, I love it, just you. Yeah. Thank you so much. I don't know what it is sometimes, but I'll be hearing stuff and it just be coming out my mouth, but it's always a message to myself. When I'm around another intellectual being, it's just like, it just better flows in my own brain, and it's just like a reminder, like, you know this already, you know what you need to do, you know this information, but you unlocked a different way of thinking about it, so now you get it better. Now that light bulb goes off.
Well, what I know is, if you have good intentions for what you're doing, certain people won't understand it, but see that shit through. Because you already, if you make alterations based off other people's inability to understand what you're doing, you're going to resent not only yourself, but them too. Because you're going to make the biggest sacrifice for them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, based off of you not understanding and you basically wanting me to be a certain way, I'm going to do that, but I'm going to give up on seeing this through. Nah, I see that shit through. They're going to love you anyway, trust me. They're going to hate you anyway, trust me. But you got to see that shit through. I'm doing it.
It's important to have people like that, though.
What?
Like, that is, like, that's the backbone. It's like, we as artists can only do so much, because it's just like, then we got all these other things to do, and now we want to continue writing this, and now we got to go to this and make a video, or we got to, but it's like, the structure of getting everything together and having that platform for people to actually go to and reference back to and say, oh, make a name for yourself. Like, it takes a team.
That's a fact.
And like, there's no I in team. Like, I can't do this by myself.
But they say a wise man and woman changes, only a fool stay the same. So like with me, I'm gonna attempt to do something. If I see that this shit not working, I'm gonna release it. But at the end of the day, I have to do that. I gotta see it through to be like, okay, that didn't work. I'm gonna fuck because you told me it wasn't. I'm gonna do it because I'm pursuing this at this time. It may work for me, it didn't work for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't put that shit on me.
For real.
Because I won't receive that.
Literally.
I might even want to do it more because you told me not to do it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I'm one of them types of people, because now that you done doubted me, now it's just like, okay, now I'm gonna pop my shit, but I know I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it for me first and foremost. But it's just like,
How dare
I'm gonna put my, you feel
How
me?
dare you?
Like,
yeah, that's me.
like, do you know who I am?
That's so me.
Like,
That's
yeah,
so me.
okay.
Yeah, I'm a prototype, flow nasty, need a copyright. Biting off my style, just gon' turn me to your kryptonite. Boy, you looking at a goddess with a criminal mind, but my words the only bars you gon' catch me behind. The music game need changing, I can see that. I've been a dime, but I'ma show you where the blues at. Bet your last on me, I bet I multiply. He wanna give me the world, but it's in between my thighs. I'm hella godly, like the best of both worlds. I can keep my nigga and I still take your girl.